Unlock the power within. Embrace Stoic wisdom for unrivaled self-discipline. Are you ready to transform your life and achieve unwavering emotional control and ironclad willpower? In this step-by-step guide inspired by Stoic philosophy, we'll dive into practical practices that empower you to master self-discipline, conquer challenges, and sculpt the life you desire. Say goodbye to procrastination and hello to a disciplined, empowered you. Join us on this transformative journey. Your path to self-mastery starts now. Why does self-discipline hold such a vast significance in our lives? A question that may seem simple at first glance, yet carries a profound depth upon closer examination. Imagine self-discipline as a ship's rudder, guiding us through the turbulent sea of life. It is our compass, our North Star, helping us navigate towards our desired destination, be it personal growth, career success, or fostering meaningful relationships. Self-discipline acts as our internal GPS, steering us towards our goals and away from distractions and temptations that could lead us astray. But it doesn't stop there. Self-discipline is also a fundamental pillar of mental health. It's the architect that designs our daily routines, ensuring that we dedicate ample time to self-care and mindfulness, fostering a balanced lifestyle. It's the guardian that protects our emotional well-being, encouraging us to conquer negative thought patterns, to replace them with positive ones. It's the healer that helps us recover from setbacks, teaching us resilience and adaptation. Now, imagine self-discipline as a potter at the wheel. It sculpts us, shapes us, molds us into the best versions of ourselves. It makes us conscious creators of our habits, rather than passive recipients of our circumstances. Through self-discipline, we become the sculptor of our own destiny, choosing the habits that serve us and discarding those that don't. In essence, self-discipline is not about imposing restrictions or punishing ourselves. It's not about deprivation or denial. It's about exercising control over our thoughts, emotions, and actions. It's about making choices that align with our values and aspirations. It's about taking charge of our lives and steering them in the direction we wish to travel. Self-discipline isn't about punishment or deprivation. It's about mastery and freedom. So let us embark on this journey towards self-mastery. Let us delve deeper into the power of self-discipline and discover how we can harness it to create a life of purpose, fulfillment, and freedom. What can ancient Stoic philosophy teach us about self-discipline in the modern world? Our journey starts with the Stoics, thinkers from ancient Greece and Rome, who believed that the path to a good life lies in understanding the natural order of the world and aligning oneself with it. At the core of Stoic philosophy is the concept of self-control, not as a means to suppress emotions, but as a tool to overcome destructive ones. Stoicism asserts that we don't have control over external events, but we do have control over our minds, our reactions, and our actions. This is where self-discipline comes in. It's not about denying our emotions, but about understanding them, rationalizing them, and then choosing the response that aligns with our values, our goals, and the reality of the situation. The Stoics saw this self-discipline as a key to maintaining inner tranquility and freedom. Inner tranquility to them was a state of calm and composure, regardless of what life throws at us. It's about having a clear, focused mind, undisturbed by negative emotions like anger, fear, or desire. On the other hand, freedom in the Stoics' perspective isn't about doing whatever we want. It's about being free from the tyranny of our own destructive emotions and desires. It's about being able to choose our path, rather than being led astray by short-term impulses. So how does this ancient wisdom apply to our modern lives? Well, the world may have changed since the days of the Stoics, but human nature hasn't. We still struggle with the same destructive emotions and desires. We still strive for inner tranquility and freedom. And self-discipline, as the Stoics understood it, is as essential now as it was then. It's about more than just willpower or self-control. It's about understanding our emotions, aligning our actions with our values, and choosing the response that leads us towards our goals rather than away from them. Stoicism imparts us with the wisdom to control what we can and accept what we cannot. How do we gain control over our emotions as the Stoics did? Emotional control is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. It is about understanding the nature of emotions and how we respond to them. As the Stoics saw it, emotions are not inherently bad or good, they simply are. It's our reaction to these emotions that truly matters. In the grand theatre of life, many things are outside our control. The weather, the actions of others, the passing of time, these are all beyond our grasp. What we can control, however, are our own reactions. We can choose to let an event upset us, or we can choose to remain calm. We can allow ourselves to be swept up in a tide of anger, or we can choose to stay anchored in tranquility. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. This brings us to the practice of distinguishing between what we can and cannot control. It's a simple concept, but one that requires constant mindfulness. Every time you feel an emotion stirring within you, pause. Ask yourself, is this something I can control? If the answer is no, then it's not worth your emotional investment. If the answer is yes, then you have the power to change your reaction. Another powerful tool in the Stoics' emotional control toolkit is the concept of negative visualization. This is the practice of visualizing negative outcomes or situations, not as a pessimistic exercise, but as a way to prepare ourselves emotionally. By imagining the worst-case scenarios, we can better manage our expectations and reactions when things don't go our way. Think of a sailor preparing for a voyage. They don't merely hope for smooth seas, they also prepare for storms. They ensure their ship is seaworthy. They study weather patterns. They learn how to navigate through rough waters. In the same way, by visualizing potential emotional storms, we can equip ourselves with the skills and mindset to navigate through them. Negative visualization isn't about expecting the worst. It's about preparing for it. It's about understanding that life isn't always smooth sailing, and that's okay. It's about learning to remain calm and composed, even when the seas of life get rough. And remember, this isn't a one-time exercise. Emotional control, like any other skill, requires practice. It's a journey, not a destination. By practicing these Stoic principles, we can learn to control our emotions rather than letting them control us. We can learn to respond to life's challenges with calmness and composure rather than with panic and distress. And in doing so, we can become more resilient, more grounded, more at peace with ourselves and the world around us. By mastering our emotions, we become masters of ourselves. How can we bolster our willpower using Stoic principles? Let's delve into the practices that the Stoics used to fortify their willpower and how we can apply them in our lives. Firstly, the Stoics embraced voluntary discomfort. They believed that by choosing to endure discomfort, they could train themselves to be more resilient and less influenced by external circumstances. This was not about seeking out pain for its own sake, but rather about learning to be content with less, to appreciate what one has, and to not be overly reliant on comforts that can be easily taken away. So, how can we practice voluntary discomfort? It could be as simple as foregoing a luxury for a certain period, like skipping a meal or sleeping on a hard surface. The aim is not to punish ourselves, but to realize that we can still find contentment and peace without these comforts. In doing so, we strengthen our willpower and we become less susceptible to the whims of our desires. Next, let's look at regular self-reflection. The Stoics were big fans of this practice. They believed that by examining their thoughts and actions, they could gain a better understanding of themselves and their motivations. This, in turn, would allow them to align their actions with their values and principles, thus strengthening their willpower. Self-reflection can be done in many ways. You could keep a journal where you write down your thoughts and feelings, your successes and failures, or you could set aside time each day for quiet contemplation. The key is to be honest with yourself, to confront your shortcomings and to strive for improvement. Finally, we cannot discuss Stoic willpower without mentioning perseverance and resilience in the face of adversity. The Stoics viewed adversity not as a hindrance, but as an opportunity for growth. They believed that by persisting through challenges, they could strengthen their character and willpower. Remember the Stoic mantra, "The obstacle is the way." When you face a challenge, don't shy away from it. Instead, see it as a chance to exercise your willpower, to prove to yourself that you are stronger than you think. Indeed, the Stoics knew that willpower is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. By practicing voluntary discomfort, engaging in regular self-reflection and persevering through adversity, we can bolster our willpower and become more masterful in our self-discipline. It's important to note that this is not a quick fix. It takes time and consistent effort, but the rewards are worth it. With a fortified will, we become more resilient, more self-reliant, and less swayed by external circumstances. With a fortified will, any obstacle becomes a stepping stone to success. So, how can we practically apply these Stoic principles to our lives? Let's delve into the practical steps that you can take to master self-discipline inspired by Stoic practices. Our first step is to set clear goals. The Stoics believed that a well-lived life was one guided by reason, and that reason should set the course of our lives. Therefore, it's crucial to have a clear understanding of what you want to achieve. This could be anything from improving your physical health to advancing in your career. The key is to be specific about your goals and ensure they are measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. A vague goal like, "I want to be happy," won't cut it. Instead, aim for something concrete, like, "I want to meditate for 20 minutes every day for the next 30 days. Moving on to the second step, we practice mindfulness. Stoics believed in being present in the moment and fully engaged with our tasks at hand. This means being aware of our thoughts, emotions, and actions, and how they align with our goals. It's not about suppressing our thoughts or emotions, but rather understanding them and not letting them control us. When you're mindful, you're more likely to make choices that align with your goals, rather than being swayed by momentary desires or distractions. Our third step is to embrace discomfort. The Stoics were no strangers to hardship, and they believed that facing challenges head-on was an integral part of growth. This is not to say that you should seek out discomfort for its own sake, but rather to not shy away from it when it presents itself. If your goal is to wake up earlier, for instance, you will have to endure the discomfort of breaking your old sleeping habits. Embracing discomfort is about pushing past your comfort zone and learning to endure the hardship that comes with change. The fourth step is to regularly reflect on your actions. The Stoics practiced daily self-reflection, examining their actions, thoughts, and emotions. This is an essential tool for self-discipline, as it allows you to evaluate your progress, identify areas for improvement, and make necessary adjustments. It's like having a daily meeting with yourself to assess your performance. You could ask yourself questions like, did I act in accordance with my goals today, or what could I have done better? Lastly, remember to be patient with yourself. Self-discipline is not something that can be mastered overnight. It is a lifelong journey, and there will be setbacks along the way. But as the Stoics believed, it's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up. In implementing these steps, keep in mind that the goal is not to become a perfect Stoic. The Stoics themselves knew they were not perfect, and that they would make mistakes. The aim is to use these practices as tools to guide you towards self-discipline, helping you to live a life more in line with your values and goals. The path to mastering self-discipline begins with a single mindful step. So, take that step today. Start setting your goals, practicing mindfulness, embracing discomfort, and reflecting on your actions. And remember, it's not about the destination, but the journey. What obstacles might we face on this journey, and how can we overcome them? As we embark on the road to self-discipline, we are likely to encounter a few familiar foes. Procrastination, a lack of motivation, and resistance to change are common challenges that often stand in the way of our best intentions. But fear not, for these hurdles can be overcome with the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Let's start with procrastination, that insidious habit of putting off what can be done today for tomorrow. It's a trap that we all fall into from time to time. The Stoics, however, had a potent antidote to procrastination. the principle of living in the present moment. They believed that the present moment is all we truly have, and thus we should make the most of it. So, when you find yourself procrastinating, remember this Stoic wisdom. Ask yourself, what can I do right now in this moment to move closer to my goal? Then take action, no matter how small. Next, let's tackle the challenge of lacking motivation. We've all had those days when we just can't seem to muster the drive to get things done. The Stoics had a unique perspective on motivation. They believed that we are not motivated by external rewards or punishments, but by our own internal beliefs and attitudes. So, if you're struggling with motivation, take a moment to examine your beliefs. Are they aligned with your goals? If not, it might be time to adjust your mindset. Remember, it's not what happens to us, but how we respond to what happens to us that matters. Finally, we come to resistance to change. Change can be scary. It can feel uncomfortable and uncertain, but the Stoics saw change as a natural part of life, something to be embraced rather than feared. They believed that the only constant in life is change and that we have the power to adapt and grow with it. So, when you find yourself resisting change, remember this Stoic wisdom. Embrace the change. See it not as a threat, but as an opportunity for growth and learning. Overcoming these challenges won't be easy. It will take persistence, patience, and a positive mindset. But remember, the journey to self-discipline is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about taking small, consistent steps towards your goal, no matter how many obstacles stand in your way. And remember, every challenge is an opportunity for growth. So when you encounter these common challenges on your journey to self-discipline, don't be discouraged. Instead, draw on the wisdom of the Stoics. Live in the present moment. Examine your beliefs. Embrace change, and most importantly, keep going. Because the journey to self-discipline is a marathon, not a sprint. And every step you take, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth. What does the fruit of self-discipline taste like? It's an intriguing question, isn't it? As we've explored the Stoic principles of emotional control and willpower, we've journeyed through the practical steps to master self-discipline and addressed common challenges along the way. Now it's time to feast our eyes on the rewards of this journey. The first reward that self-discipline yields is increased productivity. A disciplined mind is a focused mind. It's not easily swayed by distractions, nor does it succumb to procrastination. Instead, it hones in on tasks with laser-sharp focus, leading to higher efficiency and productivity. You get more done in less time, leaving ample room for leisure and rest. Next, we delve into the realm of mental health. The practice of self-discipline cultivates a sense of self-control, which acts as a buffer against anxiety, stress, and other negative emotions. When you're in control of your actions and reactions, you're less likely to be overwhelmed by external circumstances. This emotional resilience contributes to improved mental health, providing a sense of calm and stability amidst the chaos of life. Now, let's venture into the sphere of personal fulfillment. The journey of self-discipline is a journey of self-discovery. As you discipline your mind, you uncover your strengths, confront your weaknesses, and push your boundaries. This process of self-reflection and growth leads to a profound sense of fulfillment. You're not just existing, you're thriving, living life to the fullest. These rewards of self-discipline, increased productivity, improved mental health, and personal fulfillment significantly enhance one's quality of life. They allow you to experience life in a richer, deeper, and more meaningful way. And the best part, they're within your reach. All it takes is the commitment to discipline your mind and the will to persevere. Self-discipline is the key to unlocking our greatest potential. Remember this as you continue your journey towards mastering self-discipline. It's not just about control, it's about liberation. Liberation from distractions, from emotional turmoil, and from unfulfilled potential. It's about becoming the best version of yourself and reaping the rewards that come with it. Let's take a moment to revisit the key points from our discussion. We started our journey by understanding the power of self-discipline, that invisible force that allows us to control our actions, resist temptations, and persist in the face of difficulties. It's the inner strength that fuels success, the backbone of every achievement. Then we delved into the Stoic Perspective, an ancient philosophy that emphasizes virtue, wisdom, and emotional resilience. The Stoics teach us to focus on what is within our control and let go of what isn't, a principle that forms the bedrock of self-discipline. We explored emotional control the Stoic way. Stoicism shows us how to keep our emotions in check, to respond rather than react. It teaches us to maintain a calm, composed mind even in the face of adversity. Remember, it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. Next, we turned our attention to strengthening willpower, the Stoic method. Stoicism encourages us to practice voluntary discomfort, to build our resilience and willpower. It's about embracing hardship, understanding it, and growing stronger from it. We outlined practical steps to master self-discipline, from setting clear goals and creating routines to practicing mindfulness and self-reflection. These steps, grounded in Stoic principles, provide a roadmap to a more disciplined life. We also tackled common challenges and how to overcome them. Remember, self-discipline is not a one-time effort. It's a lifelong journey. There will be setbacks and obstacles, but with perseverance and the right mindset, they can be overcome. Finally, we highlighted the rewards of self-discipline. It's more than just achieving goals. It's about gaining control over your thoughts, emotions, and actions. It's about finding inner peace, freedom, and a sense of purpose. Congratulations on embarking on your journey to master self-discipline the Stoic way. If you found value in this guide, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more empowering content. Remember, true transformation happens with consistent practice. Keep cultivating your inner strength and watch as your life unfolds with purpose and discipline. Stay tuned for more Stoic-inspired wisdom, and until next time, thrive in the pursuit of your best self. Embrace the Stoic path to self-discipline and unlock a world of inner peace and freedom.